Rohit, great to see you. At least your name and hear your voice. How have you been?
We've been good. We've been good.
All right, so here we go into year end.
Yeah.
Anything dramatic change for you? I mean, we've gone through, the elections here in the U.S. and a red wave, and uh, things are going to be different in certain ways here, in many ways. It's almost like we'll be tearing down the old order and starting a new one. It kind of reminds me of the transition between the British pound being the reserve currency and the US dollar. When you replace something, the transition period can be rocky till you enter the new paradigm. So tell me what I should be paying attention to going into next year.
You're right. This time, these usual seasonal patterns that we expect, like the last time we discussed it, I was thinking
Yeah,
the markets cool off into the elections and then they rally after that. Usually, the presidential year in the US tends to be a bullish market
right,
after the elections. But this time we didn't get that dip. We, of course, got the bullish market so far.
right.
But on the other side, there's so much of sentiment data, some of which we will look at, which is starting to look like the market has gone too far. And that sort of doesn't add up with the idea that you're going to get a full year of positive gains. So
Okay,
a lot of
so
contradictory forces, and we are scared of all the noise that's coming out in terms of what is going to change on trade. That has created its own set of fears, which will take time to resolve. But in the meantime, because it has led to strength in the dollar, if you look across Asia, they're
yeah,
not.
you need to share your screen, buddy. But
Yeah,
go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
So if you look
So that
across Asia, we are not seeing any performance in Asia for quite some time.
okay,
And India has actually topped out. So I've opened the India chart first. Usually we end up discussing
okay,
it at the end. And
okay.
what I see
Nice.
here is, yeah, I see a 5 wave decline. So I think the Indian stock market for the time being has peaked
Right,
and would probably, we are seeing a counter trend bounce, which can go on for a while because we haven't yet broken key levels. It's possible it goes up to the 61% retracement, which is closer to 25,130. But from there, I would expect another 5 wave decline, which will then open us up to going back to maybe 22 or 21,000 on the downside. So the Indian market is in doldrums. The only part of the Indian market doing very well is the small cap index. But that
interesting.
also should be at the fag end, I think, probably completing a fifth wave at some degree from March 2023, where this started to all go up. Uh, we
Okay,
are we are trying to complete.
that's your Russell.
No, this is the Nifty small
No,
cap.
but right, it's India's Russell.
Yeah, it's India's Russell, of course. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trying to, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, this particular market would probably complete a bigger one too, if I put it this way. This 5 wave being the third, and we probably complete a five in this recent move. So I'm expecting all of this to complete into the year end or before the year end. And very similarly, now when I look at this and then I put it in context with what we are seeing in the US, like I said, sentiment. So let me just go over some of the easy charts on that front. So this is one which is of course, the PCR. I've taken an average. I've taken a 13 or 15-day average of the data so that it's a little more smoothed out. And at least the last couple of times we got to this blue line down here,
yeah,
it was some kind of a top in the US market. So that is something that I think about whether this is going to happen once more, because we are already down here on the data.
right. Okay, so that's your put call ratio at extreme bull. Oh, he even took it out. All right.
Yeah, yeah, we've taken it out in the recent
Yeah,
move.
yeah, okay.
So we have seen the Dow, of course, roll over. So the way I'm actually counting, so if I go to the wave counts here, is trying to complete a lot of fives. I'll just clear these markings. Yeah. So a lot of fives, whether it's the Dow, we're trying to be in the fifth wave, whether it's the S&P,
Yeah,
also trying to complete a fifth wave, and so on the Nasdaq. The
Yeah.
Nasdaq's extending a bit more, so that's making us feel that maybe something is still pending on the Nasdaq. It may not be, completely done.
Okay.
But
It's
yeah,
been
we'll
a
have to wait for
strange.
that.
Okay.
Uh, and then again, if I look at another measure, this is the number of S&P 500 stocks above the 50-day moving average. Strong divergence, similar to what we saw in March of last year. We're
Yeah.
actually seeing a big divergence over here with price, which is going on. So we made a lower low, and number of stocks is not participating. So I do feel this is like a last move going on, and we have seen tops like even 2022. The top occurred at the end of the year. December of 2021 is when you peaked out back here.
Right.
So
Right.
December does have sometimes that effect. You have the year-end rally, and then does it roll over because all the sentiment data is reaching a uh, you
Okay.
know
I
precipice.
wanted to ask you a question. If we're
Yeah,
completing five here in the S&Ps, even if
yeah,
there's another high,
yeah.
you know, the bears are saying that's going to be it. But isn't there a scenario where we could have like a 20% sell off and go back to wave four of lesser degree around 4,900, 4,800, and then make another run to new all-time highs? Have you looked at a count like that
Yeah, so
on the
that's
S&P?
so it really requires us to believe that we will not go below this, fourth wave of the previous degree. And
Right,
whether this is the fourth and we have completed, and are we really completing five in a still very, very longer term structure? If we really go monthly or yearly, should we consider that whatever started in 2008 is complete? People have tried to do that over and over again, but every correction has led us higher and higher.
right.
So if you're completing something bigger, would it be more than the fourth wave or not? But yeah, the fourth wave does occur as an end point for most bear markets, even at a higher degree of time, because somewhere
Yeah,
government action kicks in and you get stimulus and
right.
so that does become the worst case scenario. You're right. In any deep bear market, this would be the worst case scenario.
What, 3,500 or
Yeah, 30, yeah,
4,900?
3,500. I think yeah, the bottom end, absolute low.
Okay. All right. Interesting look. Where are you at on the dollar, buddy?
Yeah, the dollar's been very, very different. So let me just go there. One sec. Into the wrong chart. Yeah.
You sound very confident today. I could tell when you have, look, we all, I'm an analyst too.
Yeah.
And there's
Some
times,
things, yeah.
yeah, there's times you have conviction and there's times you don't know. And I could tell by the inflection in your voice that you're pretty confident about what you're saying right now. Do you always feel that way?
No, of course not. Not
Right.
all. But yeah,
Okay. But
some things
am
are
I?
clearer than others. Like the Indian market five-wave decline that has given a lot of clarity. We
Yeah.
have something
Okay.
like that on gold also. There is a five-wave decline in gold. So at least in the medium term, that has clarity. The
Okay.
dollar index has me confused, and I'll explain why. When it did fall initially, so I should actually start with the long-term chart of the dollar and the momentum. So there are two things happening here. This is the momentum chart. So sometimes I try to look at both the momentum and the wave count. The two
Right.
can sometimes give you a different indication. So on the monthly chart, the dollar index is actually given a buy signal here after a very good squeeze on the Bollinger Band. So that
Right.
sort of indications that you're on a bullish swing. Okay, and we are trying to figure out whether this is going to be a bullish swing, which is only a retracement of this fall, or is it going to be an all new cycle that ends up taking us to much higher levels. The setup for much higher levels is definitely there, so I cannot rule it out. But on wave analysis, I can try and think whether it may or may not happen.
Okay.
Okay, but so then when I look at the wave structure for a long time, I've been wondering that why don't we really complete Z, or this entire structure which started from 2009, where the dollar has been rising. At some point of time, we've got to complete this, W, X, Y, X, and it's a nice channel to really complete within. I did initially think this is
So
a, yeah.
we need another run up to the highs, a new high is what you're saying to complete the pattern.
No, the pattern could have completed over here.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I have marked Z. Z is usually the
Yeah.
last one.
Okay.
But now looking at the momentum setup. I should be open to the idea that, yeah, maybe we can do this also.
Okay.
That's not something I was thinking earlier, but now that we have
Me
gone
either.
past this high,
Yeah.
it is an open possibility. So this was a very
Okay.
interesting pattern over here. It's a classic pattern. I think few people can spot. It's known as a diamond.
Oh
And I
yeah.
thought, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the diamond would end up being a B wave and give us that downturn in the dollar index. So I was thinking this is only going to be a retracement and head lower. But now that this is taken out, I have to open up to the idea that anything's possible on the upside.
Oh, hold on, Rohit. You're
Yeah.
as brilliant as a diamond. I better put on my shades. All right.
Yeah, thank you so
You're
much.
blinding me with your brilliance. All right. So, okay. A couple of options. I was thinking maybe up towards 110 and then we sell off again, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. So that would be the 80% retracement
Yeah.
of this entire fall.
Right.
Uh,
And you
so
said gold, you have clarity with gold though, after the
Yeah,
five
gold,
wave
I do
down.
have much more clarity. So let me just come to the gold chart first on the long term. So in the big picture, I think we are somewhere in the fifth wave from this bottom, one, two, three, four, and we are inside five. But
Yeah.
five is not looking certainly complete. It looks like this is one and two. Looks like we've done three. And if I go to the daily time frame, so let me just do that, then I see that the fourth wave is likely to stay around for a while because on the daily chart, we have a very clear five-wave decline in gold prices. So that is the clarity I have is that this top is here for some time.
Yeah.
The one, two,
Okay.
three, four, five.
Yeah.
We're doing a bounce, which means this is A, this is B. We have a wave C coming in at some point of time, maybe sooner because we've almost retraced 80%.
We
You know.
did it last night. It took
In the
out
spot, yeah, in the spot we did not. In the futures we
oh,
did.
okay.
So there's
Okay.
slight difference still. So I leave that
Okay.
much room to the
You're
upside
you're
for
a
the
you're a
spot.
purist. You're a purist. Have you noticed that a lot of technicians are very anal? Huh? That's why I call them technical analysts. Anyway, all right. So we have gold. What else?
Yeah, so
What?
gold, the possibility for gold is that wave C actually pulls back to the fourth wave of lower degree. In this case, is somewhere down here. Okay, and then we get our fifth wave up to new
Okay.
highs.
All
So
right.
that's the gold setup.
Okay. Maybe gold sells off with the market.
Probably with the
Everything
rising
comes
dollar,
off.
right? So yeah, with the rising dollar. Hmm.
Yeah, rising dollar, the wrecking ball takes everything lower.
So it would hit the entire commodity complex. It's already hit copper. Oil has not been able to take off. So if we simply go and look at the Bloomberg Commodity Index, which for a long time I've been thinking is wave two, and waiting for wave three, it's just that it's going to take longer. So I've made a shift in the count. I thought it would not go below 61% retracement, but now if we do get that dip in gold and oil and so on, we have to be open to the idea that wave two is going to get a little deeper before we get the next
Three.
commodity bull run. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait for that, and that's
So
going
go,
to
yeah.
require a weak dollar also. Yeah.
When do you think that's going to be, like next spring? Do you have any time window on it?
Looks like
Or
it's going to take, yeah, next at least 12 months. We'll have to give it 12 months.
wow, a year. All right. Well, that implies a bust.
Yeah.
If commodities are going to go down for a year, they're going to hold up better than equities
It's
when
possible
that
that the commodity cycle turns a little earlier because I don't know because might not be the right word, but it could be looking at this chart. It looks like it can turn earlier
yeah,
from maybe stimulus, maybe some early
yeah,
move on the monetary side.
yeah.
Uh, and also in oil, we see something like that. So let me also open oil.
Yeah, oil's taking its time breaking down.
Yes, the
I
the
thought
large
we'd
head
see
and shoulders.
I thought we'd see 62 by now.
Yeah. So it's just not breaking the right shoulder. So, but this also same thing. It went up in five waves. We're
Yeah,
waiting for wave two, and energy does end up being a large component of the commodity index.
you're looking for 40, huh? Okay.
I mean, just
All
drawn a
right.
line. I was
All
really
right.
not hoping for below this, but now
Yeah.
with the kind of triangle here, I can't
Yeah.
rule it out. I can't rule out that it gets worse and then gets
Okay.
better.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. It's the next commodity rally. And maybe that coincides with the dollar peak.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we have everything cased.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
just need the patience to see it through.
yeah. Oh, please, God. Anyway, Rohit, I've
Yeah.
always respected your work. Look forward to seeing if we agree or not. And when we do, it gives me more conviction when I see your stuff. And I interview quite a few guys that use Elliott Wave, but you also do some different things that, you know, set you apart. And wanting to tell people, what you do and what you can teach them, and if they want to get involved with you, how to find you.
Yeah, so I do publish my analysis at indiacharts.com. So people who want to read my work, they come to this place.
Okay.
We do a mentorship program where we teach them how to do wave analysis, how to use trade setups, money management, all of that, like in an intensive 3 month kind of
Yeah.
session. And then we did recently launch a year back. We launched this platform, which is called Strike. It's on web.strike.money. It has all the Indian data, including sentiment indicators, positioning of the institutions, positioning of retail, the futures positions, just like you get the CFTC data, particularly Indian data.
Hmm.
And so we've built this entire platform using trading view charts and various things. So people who want to do their own analysis on Indian markets, technically, fundamentally, they'll find all the data.
Are these proprietary indicators like your diffusion indicators?
Yes.
And, you have a lot of them there. That's part of it. You teach people what they mean and how to
Yeah.
use them.
Yes.
Okay, because it's Greek or Indian to me.
Yeah.
So that I think that's excellent. So what's the takeaway? Be careful about risk going into next year,
Yes,
and
because we have a lot of warnings. I mean, the yield curve's been warning for a long time now. It started to
long time.
steepen. It
Yeah,
started to steepen since September. We're above zero.
yeah,
And historically, all the times we've crossed zero is when the equity market sell-offs have actually happened. So that's what we need to watch out for the next trend reversal in US equities. What
okay,
is unusual and interesting is typically when this happens, we expect bond yields to go down, and we are still not seeing a reversal
yeah,
in bond yields. In fact, I thought this was an X and this would fall in 5 waves. This recent fall is actually corrective, so I'm having to remove this X and actually consider that yields actually go higher. So I don't know what this is going to mean in a time where we are getting higher
yeah.
yields and a recessionary indication at the same time.
It's the
That,
worst of both worlds. I read about this 30 years ago that you can have a weak economy
yeah.
and rates go up because of supply. It has nothing to do with economic strength or weakness. It has more to do with less demand and overwhelming supply of paper, of treasuries.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yes.
So when you need rates to go down because the economy's suffering, they can't go down because you have to entice lenders to buy your paper with higher
Correct.
rates, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to wrap it with Bitcoin? Are we in a five here?
Yeah, we are in the fifth, but it doesn't look complete. So unlike what we've seen in gold, and for a long time it was an inverse correlation with gold, Bitcoin, everything
Right,
together.
right.
Bitcoin is broken away. It
Yeah,
is in the fifth wave, but the fifth wave, this is a weekly chart. I'll just switch to the daily chart.
yeah.
Within the fifth, I've marked this as one and two times. So that means we've
Okay.
done three and four. We still have
Yeah.
three, four, and five. That's three legs on the upside still pending.
Oh, wow.
And
That could take,
that can
yeah.
take quite some room. I've drawn a channel here, at least for the next leg, which gives us room till around 134,000 on the next move.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin if we have risk off? Do you think it's finally going to affect it? Because isn't it it must be more than just an indication of liquidity. Plus, I mean, you have the biggest IR campaign in Bitcoin in history with President-elect Trump endorsing it and Musk
Yeah.
calling, a department doggy coin.
If I just stick with the wave analysis,
Charts.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it would look something like this and then probably join everything else on the way down.
Okay.
So it would eventually reflect the liquidity environment. But
Okay.
near term, it looks like doing something of its own. So surely
Yeah.
it is acting as that safe haven for the time being.
Okay. All right. Are you a believer in Bitcoin? Are you a holder?
No, so in India, there are too many restrictions. We were really not allowed to participate in the early days. Even now, the exchanges are not regulated.
Well,
A lot of problems.
maybe President Trump can convince Modi to also consider a
Yeah,
strategic Bitcoin fund
yes.
like the U.S. is going to have. Strategic reserve of Bitcoins. We got to be close, Rohit. All right. Anyway, let's see. Um, Ryan, what was your question? I think he's asking about, oh, he's talking about Reliance Industry, the biggest company of India in terms of market cap. Its
Yeah,
year-to-date performance is -2%, while the Nifty is up 10. So it's relative there. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we're
yeah.
heading
So
down.
there's a massive, so just to highlight, and I've actually written about this recently, there's a massive short position building up in Reliance Industries. We can actually
Okay.
see this on this chart.
Yeah.
This is the open interest in the futures market in India. India is one of the places where the futures market is very big in stocks.
Okay.
And throughout this fall, so as you're seeing the stock fall, and this is how we interpret it, we are actually seeing open interest go up as prices are declining. So we consider
New
that
shorts.
yeah, it's a huge short buildup.
Yeah.
And this actually is continuing even today as the selling of the
Yeah.
open interest is once again gone to a new high.
Well, they ever turn it.
Now,
That's going to be
now
a
what is the
squeeze.
cause? I don't know. Some people are saying it's Elon Musk coming to India is going to threaten their telecom business, which has been one of the money spinners. That is just the speculation. I don't know what is the
Hey,
reason.
is Elon Musk is he vice president or is it JD Vance? Who is it? I mean, he bought a condo. He he bought a condo in Mar-a-Lago now. I'll tell you, these bromances, you have to be careful. They they really turn into something. Anyway, Saloom, price is king. You're certainly right. And you know what? Rohit is a prince for coming here and sharing all his work over how many years now, buddy? 5, 6 years, something like that? 7?
Much longer. No, I've been doing market analysis since 1991 and
No, I'm
Elliott
talking
wave
about you
analysis
and
since
me. You and
1999.
me. You and
Yeah,
me.
we've been doing it for at least 5 years. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Rohit, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I hope you have a great first quarter because we'll be talking again in March. We'll see how this all plays out.
surely.
We should know a lot by then, I would think, by
Absolutely.
the spring. Rohit Srivastava, everybody, follow him on X at India Charts. Go to his website. If you trade Indian markets, he's my go-to guy. All right. So
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dale.
you're very welcome. Prosper, buddy. And I'll see you next year. Okay, so that's a wrap, everyone. You're welcome, everyone. Okay, same to you. Don't just count your charts, count your blessings. See everyone to wrap it up tomorrow. And I have Jamie McGeever with me from Reuters. We'll talk Fed. Adios, everyone. Rehab, everybody. Take it easy.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.